You're still on mute, Corabella.
Okay, I fixed it.
Good morning. You're the first one, so we're just waiting for more to join and for Maggie to get on, okay?
Yeah, I was ready at 10:08.
You're all ready. You got all your stuff out and ready to go?
Yep.
All right, well, good.
So I'm already prepared.
So you're not
All right.
that pepper. You'll want to save some of it for the rest of the week.
That was nice.
Tell her we thought it started at 10.
Hey, on Wednesday, we're gonna do the chicken kebabs and it requires the grill.
I already,
Just listen.
Okay, have you already washed your grill and oiled it and cooked it? You let it work for 10 minutes before using it?
Not yet.
no,
Okay, make sure you do that before Wednesday morning, okay?
we will.
All right, perfect.
Yesterday I was so surprised because I found out that the grill flipped over to also be like a pancake cooking thing. And I was like, whoa!
All right, we got one more joining. Here we go.
Very amazing. I've opened all my tiny containers.
Good morning, Eli. Your video's not on.
Brown. This is like a puzzle. This one looks broken.
Here you are. He's out of the video.
He ran away.
Hey, Kim, don't forget to wash and oil your grill before Wednesday and let it burn for 10 minutes before using, okay?
We did that. Oh, who's that? Are you talking to me?
Yeah,
We already did that.
I was just, Maggie wanted everyone to remember today.
Hi.
Good morning.
Where are those other people?
There's other people that are doing it.
How many people have actually cooked before?
Just a normal Google. Okay.
Angela, are you hooking up 2 computers? Angela, can you hear me? All right, be careful, Corabella, with that knife.
I'm experienced in knives.
All right.
Be quiet. I use them a lot. I cut a lot of stuff for my cooking.
Robert, your video's not on.
I used to make my family dinner, and I would get paid for it. I was very, very excited whenever I got a whole bunch of stuff for cooking. I was like, I get stuff for cooking. I'm going to use this all the time. Because now I'll know that the dishes,
Morning, Mahala.
I can't blame them on my mom anymore. Which means I have to do them. So that kind of stinks.
Robert, are you going to turn your video on?
Yes, Miss Candy. Yeah, he was just finishing getting ready. We're still waiting on my nephew to get here too.
Okay.
We still got what, about 5-10 minutes?
Yes, 8 minutes.
What is he gonna need today?
This morning they're doing the breakfast egg cups, so he'll need the recipe for the breakfast egg cups.
Okay.
In the folder, it should list what they're cooking each day.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, perfect.
I was just making sure. Let me gather this stuff up for you. Get some eggs.
Robert, just so you know, all I see is your ceiling.
Oh, okay. Is it dirty?
2.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's just.
How many? Like 1?
Just get the whole deal out because Houston will need them too. I'll try to move it
Jack
quick.
and Lydia. You're on mute, so I can't hear anything you're saying. Jack, if you're talking to me, I can't hear you because you're on mute.
Where did I put that thing?
Good morning, Jack and Lydia.
If you do like Zoom on your phone during the Zoom meeting, so you can like get off of it and still be like talking. It can see your text. For texting during the Zoom meeting.
Oh, there it is. You can talk to him for a second.
Yeah, but I did that and it was like it didn't show.
What does it say the oven's supposed to be at?
It just
That's okay, because you don't necessarily want to.
375.
You don't have to say something.
I know, I'm just putting that watches right now.
Is that little Chrome
I can finish it.
charged?
Yeah.
Go get it. We'll get on it through here.
Kind of water bottle.
We can adjust the.
Wait, is that it? All the stuff?
No, but you don't need to be on that stuff.
Michelle, no video from you today?
But in the heavy, you get all this stuff where you got these people saying this stuff.
I don't know.
Good morning, Aiden and Ansley.
Well, we're gonna have to address that here later.
Where's your speaker, sweetie?
Hi, this is Aiden and Ainsley.
Morning. We're just waiting on Maggie to log on and a few more.
Okay, great. Aiden is coming. He had an orthodontist appointment that went a little bit late, but he'll be here as soon as he can.
Okay, perfect.
You can't forget the egg in the egg cup, Mom.
Yeah.
This is egg. It says egg in the name. It's the first word.
Oh, this is touchscreen. This is touchscreen.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We have the camera blocked at home because we don't know when it's going to turn on. So.
From them. Okay.
This looks
Morning,
like
Melina.
cutting the pepper into small
Just go
pieces.
home. Okay. They're only doing that, the chicken one. Okay.
You try to.
See this stuff?
That we're making.
Right.
That's what we need. This is extras for everything in there to make.
Something you've been on, that's why.
Because here's, this was in the refrigerator.
That orange that you came to, or
So we can.
Good morning, Maggie.
One over, okay, so that you don't have all this.
I'll bring up
There we go.
Oh,
Well, I bought that yesterday. I just didn't want to have everything in or not. Here's your knife, Violet.
morning, Jason.
There's recipes in this little book too.
You have
Get a bundle of it and roll it up and use. Yeah. It's sort of like those.
Did you get bamboo scrapers?
Good morning, Braden. Both you and Jason don't have your videos on.
See the real stuff.
Kebabs are on Wednesday.
Brady brought these and Brian. You say no? I mean, they were.
They get on.
Yeah.
This is what I cooked today. They said a piece. Are we gonna start soon?
Yeah, we're just waiting for a few more. We still have a couple minutes before the 10:30 time frame. Maggie, if you'll unmute.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Can you see me okay?
I'm already hosting this, but yeah. Can everyone hear Maggie this morning? She's getting ready to start.
Good morning. Everybody hear me? Maybe. Nod your head if you can hear me. Yeah, all right, we got some head nods going. Candy, you just let me know when everyone's joined, and I've got some that I can't see faces.
Looks like we have 15 that's joined so far.
Okay. I've got Jason and Robert that I can see their name, but I can't see them.
And then it looks like, yeah, some of them have turned their video off. It looks like Scotland just joined. Harper just joined. We don't know.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
And, Kim and them's in there. No, he's in. Oh.
She might not be there.
I just saw her.
Mary, looks like Mary 16.
I just saw her. Hi, May.
Like 10:30. It's 10:32. Good morning, Nokos. Now your video's not on. Perfect. Good morning.
Come here. Aria.
All right, Maggie, it looks like we have 19 people joined. If you want to go ahead and get started.
Okay, awesome. Well, welcome everyone. This is so cool that we are still able to do this virtually. So glad that you guys signed up for this. Candy, are we gonna unmute at all if they need to ask questions or how?
Yeah, do you want to do it at a certain time?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that works. Okay, but I'm so excited. My name's Maggie Gilbert, and I'm the dietitian for CPN. And if you were here at the camp last year, it looked a little different because we were in person, and I was doing a lot of the prep stuff, and then you guys were kind of putting everything together. But if this is your first year, you won't know any different. But it's gonna look a little different because you guys are gonna have to make the whole recipe, but we're gonna do it together. So if you've got, does everybody have their recipe with them so that we can follow along? Yeah, you can just show me, kind of hold it up. Okay, because that's gonna be super important. We don't wanna miss any steps, and that's gonna guide us through this recipe. And how this is gonna work kind of all week. You know, we've got a different recipe every day, and we're gonna go through that together. Hopefully you've got a parent or an older sibling in the kitchen helping, because we are gonna be using some sharp knives, an oven. And so I wanna make sure that we've got safety under control there too. So I see some parents are there, maybe some are there and I just can't see them. But I want us to be super careful when we're cutting, chopping, and using the oven. We don't want any accidents. So safety first, in health safety, and then also our food safety. So with these different recipes, some of these are gonna include fresh ingredients. So like today, we've got a fresh bell pepper that we're gonna end up dicing up into small little pieces before we add it into the bowl. So we've gotta make sure that, for instance, that that's washed. we've got to make sure that our hands are washed. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through that. Hopefully everyone, if you don't have your ingredients out at this time, I want you to, we can kind of go through that recipe card to make sure we've got all of our ingredients. So that first ingredient on our list is going to be our non-stick cooking spray. So it's going to look like this. If you've got that right there, you can kind of hold it up so I can see. If not, you can run and grab that. So this is our spray so that our breakfast egg cups don't stick to that muffin tin. It's going to make it easier to get it out of there. So we've got that. Next, we've got our eggs. Does everybody have their carton of eggs or their 6 eggs? You might have them individually out. Okay, awesome. All right, this is going to be the main ingredient for our recipe. And while these are cooking, we're going to kind of talk about nutritionally what this recipe provides. But first, we're just going to make sure we've got everything and get the recipe in the oven before we chat more. All right, the next ingredient we've got is a 1/4 cup of milk. Some may already have it measured, others may not. I've got my milk right here. Everybody got their milk? Awesome. I see some milk, others going to get it. Got our milk. All right. Next, we've got our salt and pepper. I've got little salt and pepper shakers. Yep, you do too. Perfect. Okay, got our salt and pepper. Flavor that up. Next, we've got our bell pepper. Everybody have their bell pepper? All right, that's one of our fresh ingredients that we're going to use. And then our spinach. Does everybody have their spinach? Awesome. All right, got our bag of spinach. And then the last food ingredients are cheddar cheese. Does everybody have their shredded cheddar? Okay, I'm seeing some cheese show up. Perfect. Okay, and then what we're gonna put these in. Does everybody have their muffin tin? Yep. Awesome. Yep, some. We've got 2. I think we'll probably just use 1 today, but I've got 2 just in case as well. We'll kind of see. Awesome. Has everybody washed it? If you haven't washed this already, I need you to do so now because we want to wash it before we put the egg mixture in there. I see some already washed. Okay, looks like most of us maybe already washed that pan. And then not our food ingredients, we're going to be mixing all this up together in a bowl. So does everybody have a mixing bowl? Okay. And the directions tell us to whisk. I'm not sure that we gave you a whisk, but if you have a whisk at home, we're going to use that. If not, you can use one of the spatulas that was provided for you, and that will work just fine. Okay, I see some whisks. Again, whisk or spatula. And then a knife, because we're going to have to dice that pepper. We're going to use a special technique for the spinach. So I have a couple here, a small and a big. You can just use one, that's fine. I just didn't know which one I would use. Sharp knife, careful with that. And then the last things are going to be a cutting board that we're going to chop on. You don't have to lift that up for me if you don't want to, but something in front of us to chop on. And then our measuring cups. We're going to need a 1/4 cup If you have a 3/4 cup, that's great. If not, we'll just use the 1/4 cup 3 times. And then an 1/8 teaspoon. If you don't have an 1/8 teaspoon, you can use a 1/4 teaspoon, and we'll kind of estimate half of that. Okay. Oh, and then if you have a liquid measuring cup for your milk. If not, we'll use the other 1/4 cup. Oh, I see one right there. Man, you guys are awesome. You're so prepared for this. Y'all ready to get going? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Yep. Okay. Well, we're gonna get started. Before we start mixing everything, we wanna make sure that our oven is ready to go once we have all this ready. So if you haven't, I want us to go over to your oven, and we're gonna preheat that oven, that first instruction. Preheat that oven to 375 degrees. Mom or dad or sibling might need to help us do that. So I'm gonna walk over and preheat my oven. So if you haven't, do that right now. Okay, I see some of us maybe already did that because we're watching, we're waiting. All right, next step is we're gonna spray our muffin tin with that cooking spray. Let's get our cooking spray out. Let's just spray one of them because I think that's all we'll use. So you're just gonna lightly spray each little cup. And this is an olive oil spray, so this is one of our healthier fats that we're using today. And then you're just gonna set that aside. We'll use that at the very end. Okay, next we're gonna take our mixing bowl. We're gonna get their mixing bowl, and we're gonna crack those 6 eggs into that bowl. Make sure we're not getting any shell in there. Awesome. This is our protein source for our breakfast.
Hey Maggie, just to let you know, we now have 25 participants in the meeting.
Okay. So I can see 25 participants, not including staff.
So there would be 4 staff.
Okay, okay.
Oh.
And I'll try to kind of pause throughout to make sure everyone's caught up. You might need to rinse your fingers off after you've cracked those eggs. I sometimes get egg on my fingers. So take a minute to do that. And then if you're ready, we're gonna do the milk next. We're gonna measure out a 1/4 cup of our milk. into our, if you have a liquid measuring cup, we're gonna pour it in there. If not, you can use your other measuring cup. But a 1/4 cup. Make sure to get down at eye level to make sure that you've got that where it needs to be. And then if you've already done that as you're doing that right now, once you get that measured, you're gonna add it to your eggs into your mixing bowl. And then you're gonna take your whisk and whisk those together. Or your spatula, depending on what you've got. You just want those egg yolks to be broken, whisked into the egg white, and then that milk whisked in there. All right, I see lots of whisking going on. Awesome. And then we're gonna add in that salt and pepper to this mixture. So the salt and the pepper, we need an 1/8 teaspoon of both. So if you have your 1/8 teaspoon, get that out. If not, you might just have a 1/4 teaspoon. We're gonna try to measure half of that. Sometimes we don't have 1/8. And your salt and pepper shakers should have a little spout that you can carefully pour out of. Don't pour over your egg mixture, just in case we spill. So either pour it over the trash can or over maybe the measuring cup that you did the milk in. We don't want too much. And measure that pepper and the salt. And you're gonna add it to that bowl. One thing to remember with measuring, you wanna make sure it's level on top. So if you've got kind of a rounded mound, just take your finger and sweep that extra off before you add it to your egg and milk mixture. Once you've got that in your bowl, you're just gonna whisk that. It won't take that long. Whisk that into that mixture. And then we're gonna set this bowl aside because we're gonna dice some stuff on our cutting board here in a second. We'll come back to that in a minute. All right. We got that egg, milk, salt, and pepper all mixed in there together. Because then next we're going to use our cutting board. You're going to take your red bell pepper. So this is one of our veggies that we're going to add to our muffin or egg muffin cups. And I'm hoping that you can see me as I'm doing this. This is where we want to be really careful. We don't want any fingers cut or nicked. So everyone have their knife, the parent they're supervising. And you're going to place your pepper on your cutting board with the stem up. So it's like sitting there. You can hold on to one side of that bell pepper, and we're gonna cut around the core because there's seeds inside here. We don't want those seeds. So you're just gonna cut each side. So we're gonna end up with 4 sides. And again, hopefully you can kind of see me doing this. I'm just rotating it each time. We might get some seeds and we'll get those out in a minute. So you should have 4 sides at the end, and then you're going to be left with this little core that we're going to throw away. All right, some of us are ahead of the game. Once you're there, we want to make sure that all the seeds are out. So this piece, I have some seeds, so I'm just going to kind of pick those out lightly, tap that. And then we want to make sure that the inside of this pepper, the white, I'm going to call them veins. I'm not sure what they're called. We're going to try to cut those out, or you can just pick them. They tear really easily, so let's just do that. So if you have any of that little white part, pick that off with your fingers before we dice this. We don't want that in there. Okay. Is everyone ready to dice? Dice is a little different than chop. Chop is going to be a bigger piece. Dice is going to be a smaller piece. So what I would recommend is taking one of your pieces at a time, and you're going to cut it in small strips lengthwise. So go ahead and do that. Kind of tuck your fingers in so that we're not cutting those. So you're going to end up with strips like this. We're going to do this to the whole pepper. So go ahead and slice the pepper into all those little strips. It's all good if you're still doing that. If you've already finished, and you've got all your little strips, you're going to turn them the other way, and then we're going to dice them in little bitty squares. So you can do that. And then to clear off your cutting board, you can either add these to a smaller bowl, or if your cutting board's big enough, you can just put them to the side before we add them to that egg mixture. Some of you guys are fast. All right. You can go ahead and dispose, if you haven't already, of the inside of the pepper and seeds that we don't need. And I'm just going to push mine to the side. Has everybody finished their pepper? We still chopping? If you've finished, you can go ahead and grab your spinach. If you're still chopping, that's okay. We're going to get our spinach next. This is where you're either going to take your 3/4 cup measuring cup or your 1/4 cup and get 3/4 cups out. We're just going to kind of stuff it full like this. It won't be perfect. That's okay. Okay, kind of like so. And then you're going to take your spinach leaves. This is kind of the fun part. This is a technique called chiffonade. And you're going to stack those spinach leaves from that 3/4 cup that you measured. You can kind of do this in sections. So I'm going to take this many, and then you're going to roll them up. Like a tortilla. And then you're going to take that knife and we're going to slice this really thinly into slices after you've rolled that. And you're just going to move this over to the side. We're going to add it to that egg mixture in a second. This is a fun recipe to get your veggies in at breakfast. Sometimes that's hard. All right. Has everybody got their spinach all done? No, not yet. Okay. That one's kind of a fun one. So if you're just now doing your spinach, you're going to measure out in the 3/4 cup, or you're going to take your 1/4 cup measuring spoon and measure it in there 3 times. So we get 3/4 cups. And then you're going to stack them on top of each other. So you can do this in sections. Show you all again. We're just going to take the different leaves, put them in a stack, and then you're going to roll them up, again, like a tortilla or a taco. And then we're going to take our knife, you're going to put that on your cutting board, and you're going to slice that really thin. Some of you I can see, that's awesome. See you chopping. Awesome. Once I get some, whenever you're finished, give me a thumbs up just so I can know so I don't move on too quickly. Okay, I got a thumbs up from Angela. Thumbs up from, oh, I'm gonna say your name wrong. Dahania. Did I say that right? No, I did not. Sylvia, I got a thumbs up. Harper, Cassidy, Jack, Melena, Braden, y'all are doing awesome. Any other thumbs ups yet? Eli, I got a thumbs up. Isabella, got a thumbs up. No, Nokos, is that right? Yeah, okay, good job. You done?
It's like we got a thumbs up from Blaine.
Blaine, okay.
And got a thumbs up from James.
James, Aiden and Ainsley, got your thumbs up. I think we've got a few more. Oh, I've got a, Riley is with Jack, okay. So Riley and Jack are good. Hi. Scotland, are you good? Your thumbs up, okay.
Fabian gave us thumbs up.
Okay. Landon, I got your thumbs up. Got an R. Collins. Are we good? Not yet. Okay. Corey Bella. Is that right? Okay. Got a thumbs up from you. All right. I think that's a thumbs up from everybody. Awesome. Okay. So now we're going to get that egg mixture back out. So the egg, milk, salt, and pepper. And you're going to add your diced bell pepper and your spinach to that mixture. And then we're going to mix those in.
Are we supposed to use all of the bell peppers?
Yes. Good question. Yeah, this recipe has the whole bell pepper in there.
I ate a couple, but I had a big one, so it's okay.
That's okay.
I love bell pepper.
And then we're going to add our cheese to this too before we mix up. With our shredded cheddar cheese, we're going to mix in a 1/4 cup. So get your 1/4 cup measuring cup. Measure out that cheese as best you can. You're going to dump that into your egg and veggie mixture. And then if you have a spoon or spatula, you can use a whisk, it might just get caught in there. But stir that all together so we got an even mixture. I don't know about yours, but mine looks really pretty. We've got all sorts of colors in there. Yeah? Oh, very nice, Brayden. All right, we got some thumbs up there. So this is where we might make a little mess, and that's okay. If you don't make a mess, you're not cooking, is what my mom always said. But we're going to, as best we can, we're going to fill these our sprayed muffin tin. If you didn't do that in the beginning, if you joined a little bit late, make sure that that muffin tin is sprayed with our cooking spray. And then what I would recommend is instead of pouring, use your measuring cup. And we're going to fill each of the muffin cups about 3/4 full. Like so. All right, so this is where I wasn't really sure. I thought we would just use 6. I've got a little bit extra. How about you guys? No? You're good? Well, if you have any extra, I'm pretty sure y'all each got 2 of these, so you can add a little bit more, just spray before. I think I've got maybe 1 or 2 more. Okay. Okay, so once we've got our muffin tins full, again, some people said that their 6 are perfect. I ended up with 2 extras. Part of that could depend on how big our eggs were. Oh, I love that. Brayden looks good. So once we've got all of our muffin tins full, I see some people were still filling those up, which is perfect. We're gonna put them in the oven. So our oven that Corabella, that looks great. We're gonna put these in our preheated oven that we preheated in the beginning. Very carefully. We're gonna set the timer for 20 minutes. The recipe says 20 to 25 minutes, so we'll kind of watch and see. At 20 minutes, all of our ovens are different. So some of ours might be done at 20 minutes, and some of them might need a little bit longer. But the key is we want to make sure that that egg mixture is cooked all the way through. So if at the end when we open it up and that egg mixture is kind of liquidy still or runny, we'll need to add a couple more minutes to make sure that those are solid and cooked through. All right. If we were all together, we'd all pitch in and help clean up, but we're each gonna have to do our own today, this week. Does everybody have those in the oven though? There goes somebody to the oven. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about the nutrition.
Maggie, and now might be a good time to remind them about the grill for, is it Wednesday?
Yes. So Wednesday, we are gonna do the chicken and vegetable kebabs for our recipe. And so you guys got a grill, an indoor grill with all of your supplies when you picked all that up. However, if you have not opened that yet, I need you guys to do that at some point, whether that's today or tomorrow or Wednesday morning before our cooking demo, because you're gonna have to wash all that stuff, and then there's like a little, you've got to heat it up to burn off some of the chemicals that were manufactured. And so it has an instruction booklet with it, very helpful. So whoever is home with you, parent, sibling that's old enough, needs to help you do that to get that prepped and ready to go for Wednesday. Yes, Corey Bella.
Are we allowed to cook on it before Wednesday?
Like to try it out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as long as you got a parent with you to do that, that's fine.
I'm gonna make pancakes.
Okay.
Because there's the flat side.
Yeah, on the griddle side. And with any of the things, with the recipes, since you guys have those, do you guys know our schedule of what we're making each day? Yes, maybe, yeah. If you know what we're making each day, which I believe you got a schedule, mixing bowls, any of that are new that need to be washed ahead of time, I'll remind you at the beginning before we start making the recipes, but just kind of a heads up that we'll want to make sure that those new items that you received are washed. I think somebody wrote in the chat too.
There you go.
Oh, Braden added an extra ingredient to theirs. They put paprika in their eggs. You'll have to let us know how that tastes. All right. So everyone knows about the grill. The some of the other ingredients that, or not ingredients, but appliances that you guys got, like the mixer and the blender, we won't be using those this week in any of our specific recipes, but the recipe book that you guys got that has a lot of other different recipes in it, some of those do utilize a blender or a mixer. And so you can try those out with those other recipes. For one that we could have made, but I I had too many good ones to pick from, was the banana ice cream, and it uses the blender. So that one might be a fun one for you guys to try.
Maggie, this is Margaret.
Yes, hey.
I just wanted to let you know Maylee Fellows had trouble with Zoom, but she has been able to join us now.
Okay. Oh, there, got you at the bottom.
Yep.
All
Hi,
right.
Maylee.
Hi, Maylee. Are you just starting?
All right, Maylee, you're on mute.
Maylee, can you unmute? There we go. Are you just starting, or have you been following along?
Yeah. I'm just starting.
You're just starting? Okay. Is mom or dad or a sibling there to kind of help?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So you've got the recipe there to kind of start going through. We've just put ours in the oven a little bit ago. Do you have any questions about the recipe?
No.
No. Okay. I'm about to start kind of talking about the nutrition and how that applies to this recipe. So as I'm talking, you guys just go along with the recipe, following that. And if you have any questions, you can either put it in the chat box and that'll pop up to tell me that you have a question, or you can unmute yourself again and ask me. Does that sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can go ahead and mute that again.
So, to mute it?
Yeah. And then if you have other questions, just unmute it and let me know. All right. So while Maylee's getting her egg muffins ready to go in the oven, y'all's are already cooking. We're going to kind of talk about this, my plate. Again, if you were with me last year, you've heard about this a little bit. You might have heard about it in school too. But my plate, yeah, I see some head nods. I love my plate. I love talking about my plate because it's a simple way for us to think about our plate to make sure that we're not missing out on any of those food groups. So kind of throughout the week, if we have a recipe that needs to cook, or we have a recipe that needs to chill in the refrigerator, we'll kind of take that time to talk through this. And if you guys have any questions or comments throughout that, we can do that at this time too. But I just wanted to kind of talk about first what food groups this recipe that we just made included, because not every meal that we have is going to have every single food group, and that's okay. But we do want balance, and we want to try to incorporate each of these food groups at some point throughout the day, whether that's in a meal or a snack. So for this recipe, this is our breakfast recipe. Could also be maybe an after school snack. It's got protein, which I kind of mentioned when we added those eggs to the bowl. So that's going to be protein helps to feel full. So we do want to try to have a source of protein at breakfast. So this might get crazy, but we're going to try it. Can anybody, you're going to have to unmute yourself because everyone's muted right now. Kind of pop on and just say what other sources of protein that they know about.
Eggs, beans, meat, chicken.
Chicken, okay.
There was the bell pepper and the lettuce in there, and it has vegetables.
The vegetables, yes. So those are going to be in our vegetable category. What about protein sources? Any other protein not in this recipe?
Beans, nuts.
Beans, nuts.
Fish.
Fish. Yes.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Good job. You guys have named quite a few of them. Some others that we can think about that may not be necessarily in the protein food group, but they are a good source of protein. And we used one today. Milk. Milk has protein in it. It's gonna fit though in that dairy food group. So that's kind of one of the ones that overlaps. Somebody did say peanut butter, so that's a plant source of protein. Somebody said beans. That's another plant source of protein. Good job. Any other thoughts on protein? Bryden, you're unmuted. Are you going to say something?
You're going to say something?
Back on my chair looks like a TV.
Okay. All right, so next, someone already mentioned the veggies that we added to this recipe. And like I had said, sometimes veggies are harder to get at breakfast time. So that's what I loved about this recipe, is that it does give us some vegetables to start our day off right. So we had the bell pepper, and then we also had the spinach. And those were our two sources of veggies in this recipe. So good job, someone already kind of hit on that. Then we also had our dairy. So I mentioned the milk already. We also added cheese. So cheese is going to be a dairy source from this recipe. Did we have any grains?
Bread, right? No.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. We didn't have any grains in this recipe, but tomorrow we're going to use grains, and we're going to talk about some other things that go with grains.
Like thumbs up or thumbs down.
Did we have any fruit in this recipe? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down. Very good. And actually, I don't think we're using any fruit in any of these recipes this week. We're using the other food groups. So you'll have to do fruit at home and other snacks and meals. Okay. So I'm gonna, again, refer to this each day, kind of what foods that we're using fit into which category, and I might talk a little bit about each one as it applies to the different recipes. So you guys can be thinking about that as you, if you look at the recipe ahead of time, or as you're getting certain ingredients out each day for our cooking time, so that you'll be ahead of the game in knowing what we're using and what we're putting in that recipe. Does anybody have any questions at this time as we were going through the recipe? No? No, we got some shaking of the heads, no. What do you think about doing this virtually? Was that easy? Was it hard? Was it fun?
Fun.
Fun?
Easy.
Easy?
Fun.
Fun? All right.
It was pretty fun.
I think it was fun. It was fun.
Hi, Miller family.
That's why I've been muted, is because there's a lot of them. They're loud.
Okay. This is their chance.
Get off my stool, Bradley.
All right, I'm going to check the time on mine. Mine has 6 minutes left.
Mine too.
Yours has how many? 5, okay. I thought somebody said 0.
Mine has 5 minutes and 3.
Okay.
Ours has 10.
Okay.
But I started kind of late.
That's okay. We're all kind of at different stages. I know one of us were, getting it mixed up. And so whenever that timer goes off, again, we set the timer for 20 minutes. And this recipe says 20 to 25. So it kind of depends on your oven and how full we actually filled the muffin tins, how much egg mixture, veggie we got in that muffin cup.
I had a lot of veggies.
Yeah, I know. Some of mine had a lot of veggies and some of it was more
Some
egg.
of them were like no veggies, and then the other ones were just like a tiny bit of egg, and then like.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to get it evenly dispersed, but that's okay.
Especially at the end.
Yeah, but I just want to, the way we're going to tell is you're going to take an oven mitt and we're going to kind of shake the pan a little bit. And if it jiggles around too much, then we're going to set it for a little bit more time. Okay? All right. Got some thumbs up. Got a thumbs up there. So some ways that you can, once this is ready, it is going to have to cool a little bit, and we're going to finish around lunchtime. So maybe you'll eat this for lunch. Maybe you'll save it for breakfast the next day. But this recipe, I believe it's on there. It can be frozen, or you can just store it in the refrigerator, kind of depending on how quickly you and your family are going to eat this. But if you're going to store it in the refrigerator, just heat it up in the microwave the next day, and you can serve it with just the egg cup and just eat it by itself. You might add some salsa to it if you want to do that, for some other flavor on there. Oh, somebody's already done. Jack, are they runny or are they good? Jack and Riley, y'all are together.
They're good. They're good.
They're good? All right, so you're gonna let those cool for a little bit. So did y'all take 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me stick a knife in them.
All right. Some are already coming out of the oven. Here comes some others. Angela, are yours runny or are they set?
They're good.
They're good. Awesome.
We have one more pan in the oven though. I let all three of them do so.
Oh, perfect. Hi. Y'all are gonna have all sorts of egg muffins.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's hot.
Like I was saying, serving it with different things to add flavor. Since there wasn't any fruit in this recipe and we talked about my plate, you could also pair some fruit on the side. So eat the egg muffin with some fruit for more of a balanced plate. So then we've got 4 of the food groups in that meal, and it might be a little bit more filling. Give you a little bit more energy.
We checked ours, and there's still 2 minutes left, but we checked them, and they were huge. Like, literally, there was like a full thing in the bottom, and then like it was like half the size on the top too.
Okay, so y'all messed up.
And it was like dripping, so I don't think it's gonna be done yet.
Okay, so y'all's are still running. Again, it's gonna kind of vary depending on how much we've added in there.
A lot. Ooh, my fizzy water.
The way you're gonna get these out of the muffin tin, we sprayed them in the beginning, so it'll be a little bit easier, but you might have to use like a little spatula. I know we gave you some of, or y'all received some of those, and that can help to kind of pry it out. You might be able to put a cooling rack on top and flip it over, and they'll pop out easily that way. Oh, James, I see yours puffed up too. My timer's going off. I'm gonna go check mine. Bryden, it looks like yours are done.
These are Micah's.
Oh, hang on, I can't see them.
Down.
There, hold on.
Just set them down on your table.
Sit them on that.
Micah's were done. Mine are done. I'm gonna kind of come up here and show you because mine aren't runny either.
These are mine.
You can see those.
There's write-ins right there.
Okay, these are looking awesome. So it looks like for the most part, 20 minutes is appropriate.
Man, I can't lie, Mike. It's better.
Make sure once you do take those out of the oven that we've turned the oven off.
Plain, yours looks good too.
I look delicious.
Aiden and Ainsley, y'all look awesome. So they should all kind of be coming out around this time now. Blaine, yours look awesome.
Ours weren't done yet, so we just set it back in for 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Weird.
Candy, can you respond to that question in the chat from Tasha?
Yes.
Okay. Because I think that's a great idea. You just let me know. Brayden, that looks awesome.
Grab yours.
Landon, I love that. Okay, so
I'm done.
you guys, they're all coming out. They look great.
Mahela, let's see yours. Perfect.
Isabella, yours are great. Brayden, I see yours. I want you guys to know you guys can take a picture with you in the picture with your finished product, and you can email them to, I'm going to give you the email. So you can write this down so that we can see kind of all the different recipes that you guys have made. All right, I'm going to give you the email right now. Hopefully, whoever's there supervising with you can help. It's going to be Kim, K-Y-M, .co, C-O-E, so kim.co at potawatomi.org. potawatomi.org.
Can you repeat that?
Yes, I can. Kim.co, K-Y-M.
Get out of my chair.
Dot C-O-E. At potawatomi.org.
And it's also in the chat, so you can pull up the chat and type it in as well.
Yes, if y'all have seen the chat box at the bottom.
Okay. I don't know if I need to be. It's artistic.
Does everybody have the email? You know what to do?
Next time that we make them, can you put meat in them?
All right, so it looks like, I think for the most part, everyone is finishing up. Yep, I got some, Sylvia, I got your thumbs up. So I would love to enjoy this with you guys. We're doing things a little bit different. So tomorrow, when we make our next recipe, I'll ask you about this one, the one that we made the previous day. If you got to try it, how you liked it, how you had it for that meal. But that is all for today.
Maggie, can you just remind us what we're making tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow we are making turkey and cheese sushi rolls. So the turkey and cheese sushi rolls are gonna have the whole wheat tortilla, the mozzarella cheese, the shredded mozzarella, the cream cheese, the deli turkey, and the shredded carrots.
And then, of course, tomorrow it begins at 10:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Maggie,
yes.
Maggie, we were given an extra set, an extra entree, or I guess it'd be recipe with stuff for it. Is it something that we can make for dinner, or do we need to wait?
Okay, so the question about the extra recipe that you guys got to pick out, everyone
Yes.
has a different ingredient. That is, you guys make it whenever you want to.
Okay.
Yeah. So as a family, you guys can make that and enjoy it there. And then we'll just stick with our schedule for our recipes.
But we sure would like the pictures when you make your family recipe.
Okay, thank you.
Don't forget your daily entries.
Yes.
Mine.
Okay, and Tasha, that question that you just put in there, I think was that might have been from Tasha.
Thank you.
Hopefully I answered that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ethan Ainsley, can you unmute yourself?
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Question.
Thank you.
What to do with the grill?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that meaning like how to clean it and get it ready for Wednesday, or yes? Okay, there's an instruction book inside that box that tells you step by step what you need to wash, and then how long you need to turn it on for, what temperature you need to turn it up to. So use that, and I think it says like before use instructions. So that's what I would say, refer to that.
Okay, and then you mentioned something about a daily entry. What do we need to do there?
Candy or Margaret, I am not sure what that is. Can you guys respond to that?
So Kim was supposed to email it the daily entry. It's what you took away from today's event. Every entry that you turn in, there'll be one for each day. Be more chances at the end to win an extra prize at the end of the week.
So my question is, are we supposed to print those pages off, or can I just simply email it with their takeaway to you when I do pictures every day?
They're fillable forms, so you can email them directly to me.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions? All right. Well, thank you all so much for participating. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and are enjoying, it looks like some people are already enjoying their finished product. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 10:30 to make the turkey and cheese sushi rolls.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
And if you're joining the STEM camp, we'll see you in just over an hour at 1 p.m.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Candy, do you need anything else from me?
No, I think we're good until in the morning.
Okay. I'll see you guys at 10:30 tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
I sent all those emails on Friday, so I'm not sure.
Pushing me.
Until 1 o'clock.
Stop pushing me.
Okay, let's eat your good stuff. Okay, I'm supposed to take a picture.